They say to never buy a first-year EV. Well, I did. After 75,000 miles, here's what it's cost to maintain, all of the service visits I've dealt with, and how it's held up, including the poor battery pack. Let's start with the wallet. EVs are supposed to be low maintenance, but is that actually true? The biggest expense so far was a tire change early on. The OEM tires didn't last very long, especially those in the back on my rear-wheel drive ID.4, though all 4 tires were bald before 30,000 miles. The cost? About $1,500 for the set. Now, the good news. After switching to a more robust tire with better tread life, I haven't changed them since. The Michelin Cross Climate 2s still have a few thousand miles left, and without noticeable range loss or added cabin noise. Other than that, I replace all 3 wiper blades and the cabin air filter about once a year, costing roughly another $400 total so far. At my last visit, they said no major services were due for many more years. Thanks to Regen doing most of the work, the physical brakes were, quote, what we would consider brand new. That puts total maintenance at under 2.5 cents per mile, well below AAA's 9.6 cents per mile average. For maintenance, 2 thumbs up for me so far. Just as important though is long-term build quality and reliability. As an initial production year model of an EV no less, you'd expect my first edition ID.4 to have some problems, right? One of the most impressive things to me about the car is how well put together it is. This thing's a workhorse that I don't baby at all. On the inside, despite having off-white accent pieces and gray vinyl seats, the ID.4 looks almost as it did the day I picked it up. Speaking of the seats, the material has fought through dirt, chemicals like sunscreen, and has come out on the other side completely unfazed. In fact, the only place you'll notice real signs of use is the leather-wrapped steering wheel. Thanks to its light color, you can clearly see marks, wear, and discoloration. There's also a small spot on the door where I rest my elbow. But here's what surprises me the most. Even with all the hard plastics, my ID.4 hasn't developed any rattles or squeaks. If one thing proves how well built it is, it's that. The exterior is the same story. You'll certainly see a few paint chips, but panels are tight and there's no signs of premature rust. Now, let's get to the most important part, reliability. For EVs, that means driving, charging, and battery health. As far as service visits go, the electronic door handles had a design flaw that could allow water to seep in. This includes a tiny possibility the doors could even open on their own. It took a couple of visits roughly over a year, mostly waiting on parts, but they were fixed. Beyond that, I had to take the car in for a 12-volt battery replacement as required for the software update, which they completed at the same time. When it comes to battery health, my ID.4's pack started off with a 77 kilowatt-hour capacity. I recently completed a fast charging session. Based on that, the car has lost about 12 of those 77 kilowatt hours. Roughly 35 to 40 miles of range. That's about 15% in just under 5 years. Average for an EV. When it comes to charging though, I've never had issues at home or on the road. Only the occasional problems with public charging equipment. It still pulls max charging speeds all the way through the curve. That means no throttling, which is another sign of good battery health. Driving reliability has been flawless. No issues with the motor, suspension, or anything else. To date, the ID.4 has never let me down as a daily driver or road trip car. It's not all perfect though. There are some software things to consider. You should watch my full review to learn more about that. Thanks so much for watching.